What's up, guys? This is ShadowWolf810 here, and today I've got another Homefront gameplay for you guys. It is pretty awesome, and yeah, actually, I think I forgot to click the whole record button before I started playing this game, but yeah, get lit up from the side there. So I'm actually not going to be talking about the gameplay that much this game. I know, it's crazy, right? I never do that. So I had a topic, got spurred from epic fail, which I will shed some light on later in the video, probably the last little story, but I have come up with a couple of little topics, well, not really, like subtopics, I guess, that I want to talk about, and they all have to do with common courtesy. I know, right? It's such an obvious thing, yet nobody abides by it. So, the thing that got me thinking about this was, one day, I was in my strength training class, which is basically weightlifting, PE type stuff, and I usually tend to go to the bathroom before I work out, just so I'm not, like, squatting or, like, bench pressing or something and, let a little shit slip or something. You know what I'm talking about, right? So I usually tend to go to the bathroom right before I work out, which is normal, I mean. And in our locker room, there happens to be one stall because, usually there's only 20 or so kids in there at one time. There's not a huge rush to go take a shit, so it's not usually that big a deal. But there's one mentally handicapped person in our class, and he changes in the bathroom, which in the stall rather, and that kind of messes up my whole system. And so I've got nothing against him, and this whole part about common courtesy, I understand that he's not all there, per se, and that he can't really, do anything about it. But basically, what happened was I walked in there after he was done changing, and there was just piss everywhere. Just, I'm trying not to laugh because it's kind of like a douchebag move to laugh, but there was just everywhere, just absolutely everywhere. And so I was like, oh god, I cannot do this, I was like, I'm not wiping this shit up. So I ended up having to just kind of hold it, hold it. Why does that sound like a song? I don't know. But yeah, so that got me thinking, like, wow, if this had been a person that I didn't know was mentally handicapped, then I would be pissed as shit. No pun intended. Anyway, so the next thing, what pisses me off is when people stand in the middle of the hallway. Now, I'm only 16. Hey, happy birthday to me a couple days ago. But I'm only 16, and so I don't really know that much about, like, oh, well, you see, at my job, whatever. So most of these are going to be school-related, but standing in the middle of the hallway is so goddamn annoying because the little cliques of, like, 6 little freshman girls or, little jock guys or whatever the fuck you want to call them, whoever actually happens to be doing it, is just, it's annoying as hell because, one, they know they're doing it, they make people walk around them on both sides, and if you all just stood next to the lockers, in a somewhat tight group, then nobody would care because then they could just walk past you because there's a set little space of locker room, there's a little set space of room away from the lockers for people to actually get into their lockers. That's kind of a given when walking down hallways. So if you stood there, then nobody would give a shit. But if you stand in the middle of the hall, so the people go in one direction go on the right of you, and people go in the other direction have to go on the left of you, then it's kind of bullshit because it's really annoying and people are just, cut off and have to, like, push you and get you out of the way, and then some, like, senior or somebody who doesn't give a shit will just be like, move the fuck, and then they'll just, like, push through them, which I applaud people who do that. I wish I would do that, but, I don't know, I usually tend to not give enough of a shit to actually do that, so, yeah. Anyway, next thing that bugs me about people and not abiding, by the way, people not abiding by, common courtesy, I almost said custom courtesy for some reason, is when the couples who just love each other so much and they're gonna get married and they're gonna have 3 kids and a nice little dog in a suburban area, they have to walk down the damn stairs holding hands. They don't learn that they can let go of each other's hands for 2 seconds while they fucking walk down the stairs. No, there's stairs made for 2 lanes of people, one to go up and one to go down. And when 2 people side by side want to go down, it fucks everything up. It's really annoying when a couple walks down the stairs and they just have to walk next to each other, because then you have to push, either like wait for like the couple to walk down, or you have to like push them out of the way and like, you know, rub backpacks. I know it's so dirty sounding. And I always end up dropping shit on the stairs too when I have to do that, because I'm trying to like walk up, you know, and they'll bump me and I'll drop shit, and then I'll have to like go down 10 stairs to go get what I got and everything. Bullshit, I know. Next thing, when people are at a cafeteria / food institution, I suppose, put the fucking tongs back where they're supposed to be. Shit, and or spoons. This applies to all utensils. Pretty much what got me to mention this was I was eating lunch. I wanted some applesauce. So I walk up to the cafeteria thing, go to get some applesauce, and some little douche right in front of me decided he was going to throw the spoon right in the middle of the tray of applesauce. Why? I guess he wasn't all there. No, I mean, I can't make that joke because I was already talking about mentally handicapped people. I guess he was just stupid. Like, no mental handicaps, he was just a dumbass. And he's just like, oh, well, you know, I'm the only one in the world who wants fucking applesauce, so why should I fucking leave the spoon clean so other people can have some? And it just pissed me off, one, because I walked into the cafeteria and then walked out like a dumbass because I didn't have anything with me after I came back out. And 2, because then I walk up to the applesauce and I look at it, I was like, people looking at me must have been like, what, he must not like applesauce or something, because I just looked at it, I was like, what the fuck is this? It pissed me off. Anyway, okay, so now that we've got a good 2 minutes left, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys about my epic fail with common courtesy, I suppose. Little bit of background story. A girl who I may or may not want to do a lot over and over again. Sorry if you're listening. But anyway, she hurt her back during doing strength training, pretty much, lifting weights and all that good stuff. She her back was hurting, right? And so triple again, by the way. And so I walk into class and she's like, oh, right, my back hurts. I'm like, well, what'd you do? And she's like, well, I was lifting weights and something popped. I was like, great. And so I was like, well, do you want me to go get you an ice pack or something? So, and she's like, oh, yeah, that'd be awesome. Would you do that? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So I just kind of walked out of class. Me and that teacher kind of chill. So I was, if he had even said anything when I walked back in, I would just be like, oh, no big deal. It's all right. And so anyway, I walk downstairs, go to the office to go get her an ice pack for her back, right? And I'm like, oh, I'm such a nice person. I'm so good. Whatever. And I go down there, and the nurses are giving me all this shit. I'm like, hey, can I get an ice pack for my friend, please? And they're like, yeah, what happened? And I was like, well, her back's kind of hurting her. It's kind of bugging her, a little bit sore, whatever. I was wondering if I could get an ice pack for her. And they're like, well, actually, heat would be good for if it's her back and if she just did it. It's like, no, actually, she did it earlier today, first period, and so and it was currently third, which in that case is the difference between like 7 in the morning and like 1 in the afternoon. And anyway, they're like, well, maybe she should just come down here and see us. And I was like, no, bitch, actually the reason I came down here to get one for her is because she didn't feel like walking down there to get it herself, and because I'm a nice person. But anyway, they're all like, nope, too bad, can't have it. You're gonna either have to make her come down there, or if she's so injured that she can't walk down here, then we're gonna have to go up there. So I'm like, are you kidding me? Really? You can't just give me a fucking ice pack? Like, why the fuck would I take an ice pack just to like kid, like, I'm kidding, I'm gonna take an ice pack and I'm gonna put it in somebody's locker because I'm funny. No, bullshit. I'm not just gonna walk in and randomly take an ice pack because I felt like taking one. That's retarded. I'm gonna ask for an ice pack if I want an ice pack. So, moral of the story, kids, be courteous, and it will help you in the long run because people won't think you're douchebags. And side note, if any of you end up becoming nurses and or school first aid appliers, I guess, give the children ice packs if they want it, because they might be trying to be nice to a girl and you might just fuck it all up. Thanks for watching. Delayed, I know, I kind of forgot that I hadn't said it, but thank you for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, do all that good stuff if you enjoyed the video, and that's all for now. Goodbye.